Welcome to part 2, where we're going to discuss the whole Punisher thing.
I'm gonna be completely honest, this is one of the dumbest arguments I have ever seen on this app.
The irony of that statement is honestly astounding, especially when these are your takes, and also the rest of this video is yours.
Deadpool 1997, issue 54. Deadpool has Punisher at gunpoint. Then the Punisher reaches into his suit, grabs his gun, crouches down, then unloads on Deadpool's ass before he can even react.
I am actually flabbergasted that you managed to both acknowledge that there was context to this feat, but then also ignore it at the same time. So, since you did ignore it, let's actually look at what happens. So, Deadpool and Punisher are talking because Deadpool is monologuing. Punisher then notes, keep talking, meaning that Deadpool is distracted. We also know that Deadpool didn't have the intention of killing Punisher until after Punisher had said his final words, which is why Deadpool says, as the friendly merc with a mouth, I will grant you your last words. Which means, again, that Deadpool not only was distracted because he was monologuing, but also he wasn't going to kill him until after Punisher spoke, which means that this already would be invalidated, because if Deadpool was actually trying to kill him, he would have just shot him.
You mean to tell me that someone who's supposedly one of the strongest characters in the verse gets completely off-guarded by a regular who he has at gunpoint because he was talking too much? A regular dude who didn't even have his gun in his hand, he had to physically crouch down and reach into his suit.
See, right there, you literally acknowledge the context yet again, and then try and dismiss it because you say that Punisher is just a mere human, as if that means much. At this point, you're not even just downplaying Deadpool, you're also downplaying Punisher. I guarantee if this was Elektra, it would be a whole nother story.
What's worse is that he has Punisher at gunpoint again in the very next issue, and it still didn't work. Finding Deadpool does almost succeed until the cops stop him. But why is it even at that point to begin? Bro doesn't even look like he gives a shit.
Since, again, you seem to have this evasion to reading text bubbles, I'll do it for you. So in this, we can see that Deadpool is literally monologuing. He's explaining how he survived their last encounter, then also starts making notes about the police's location and how they're coming closer. He also then waits for Punisher to say his last words, yet again. And then when Punisher slits the raft, Deadpool doesn't realize it was going to happen because he literally says he was going to take the raft home. And when they actually get into the water, the only reason why Deadpool loses is because Deadpool didn't have a breathing apparatus. If it wasn't for Punisher having the shield breathing device, he would have also drowned.
I highly doubt this would work either, even if the cops never interfered. But anyway, Punisher eventually beats him.
See, no, there's no way you can claim that you're not biased against Deadpool when you make a comment like that. You're literally reading the same comic as everybody else. The only reason why Punisher didn't die is because a police officer, by chance, shot it out of his hand. And it was purely by chance. Also, let's not forget that this is the reason why Punisher was able to knock Deadpool out in the first place.
Deadpool to his hideout. Eventually, Deadpool breaks out of his bonds and rushes Punisher, then throws him out a window, then almost delivers the finishing blow for being bitched by a shopping bag. Then Punisher, who's no longer off-guarded, shoots him down. Then moments later, he jumps out at Punisher. Then after getting a few hits, Punisher sends him flying into a window and is about to continue the fight until Deadpool no longer has a reason to continue, and the Punisher walks away.
Congratulations, it took you 69 seconds to say what I can do in 3. Punisher won because the plot said so. Oh wait, you actually think that Punisher won fair and square, even though in the 6 instances in which Deadpool could have killed Punisher, every single one of them, he's failed because of plot.
Deadpool had to get the jump on Punisher 4 times and only nearly beat him in 2 of those instances. Oh, you say he doesn't joke around and stop talking and get serious. Except always, Deadpool was trying to kill the Punisher in both these issues and he was still joking around and talking.
I can show way more instances, but these literally verbatim state that Deadpool's character is one of not being serious. I don't know how you're oblivious to the fact that you contradicted yourself. Just because he's joking doesn't mean that he wasn't also trying to kill Punisher. But just because he was trying to kill Punisher doesn't mean he had to be serious. In fact, 3 of the instances in which I'm showing are literally Deadpool in a fight and not taking it seriously.
Always jokes around no matter how serious he is, and if anything, he holds back the least out of the street tiers of Marvel. And it isn't even just a 20 years ago thing.
See, you made the positive claim by saying that Deadpool holds back the least out of all of the street tiers, or most of the street tiers, but then you didn't actually prove that. And I can't help but wonder if the reason why you didn't provide any evidence to support that is because there just simply isn't any.
Deadpool versus the Punisher from 2014. Deadpool gets the jump on a severely injured and barely conscious Punisher. Openly states he's trying to kill it, and he still gets one shot by it. Funny.
So when he says that Deadpool won, this is what he's talking about right here. I guess he just got lazy and didn't want to show it. I don't know what he's waffling about with a ruse. There was no ruse. Punisher went there to achieve a goal. Punisher got defeated, and the only quote-unquote ruse was that Punisher didn't plant the bomb. Also, what do you know? The only reason why Deadpool didn't kill Punisher was because he was again monologuing and waiting for Punisher to say his last words. I'm starting to see a pattern. And also because there was a explosion that distracted everyone.
A character who's literally immortal gets knocked out by a bullet today.
So a couple of things. First, it's hilarious that you bring that up, considering that most street tiers would have died if they were in this same instance. Also, it's hilarious that you also bring up the fact that he's immortal, considering he hasn't been for quite some time. Third, the reasoning for why Deadpool actually got knocked out here is because Deadpool's healing factor isn't instantaneous.
You're probably gonna tell me to go to the final issue, so let's do that. Finally, an ultra-serious Deadpool who's still joking around eventually defeats the Punisher.
Aren't you the guy that rants about how people need to stop leaving out the context of things that they show? Like, the irony. So let's look at the context that you left out. So before they actually fought in the last issue, Deadpool explains that he could have killed him, but chose to spare his life. Also, here we go again. Deadpool could have killed Punisher here if he had simply just remembered to load his gun.
A super serious Deadpool barely defeated the Punisher at extreme difficulty, and you mean to tell me you would beat Black Widow or the rest of Marvel straight tiers in that matter?
You keep saying super serious Deadpool, but then contradict yourself by saying he was joking, and your only evidence for why he would have been serious is because he was trying to kill Punisher. But that's not even true the entirety of the time. Most of the time, he wasn't trying to kill Punisher. In fact, the only reason in the last issue that they fought is because Deadpool was trying to save the kid from going down the dark day that Punisher and Deadpool had. That's also ignoring the fact that Deadpool has consistently saved Punisher's life throughout this run. As for your second stance, I'll just defeat it by using Hitchin's razor. An assertion without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. Since you have yet to prove that Deadpool is below Punisher, you clearly haven't proven that the other street tiers are above either. And now for a rant about your hypocrisy, because your entire debate ideology is that a claim must be irrefutably proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. So therefore, your claims that you've made in this video should be ironclad, but I've shown that they're not. Not only that, but you just made a claim that Deadpool is below every other street tier, but haven't proven it. So how are you going to make these baseless assumptions and then have the ideology that your claims must be ironclad?
Deadpool's one of the weakest characters in the Marvel universe, and you can't even argue narrative manipulation because he's never able to use it when he actually needs it.
Character-induced stupidity is when a character fails to do something, i.e. use a piece of gear or ability that they have to win a fight just because the fight needs to happen in order for the story to continue. So John, I don't understand how you can use this as a defense for a lot of the characters that you rep, but also can point out every time that Batman was supposed to lose, but didn't because of this, and yet just failed to acknowledge that Deadpool could also possibly have the same thing happen. Also, for your information, Deadpool can change the narrative. I'm showing you 3 instances of him doing so, but I'll also show you why he doesn't. So as we can see here, Deadpool says that he stopped using the teleporter because it made fights too easy. But if that's the case, then why would he use the narrative manipulation power that he has whenever he wants? Because that would also make the fight way too easy.
The only reason he ever succeeds is because nobody actually takes him serious. And if anyone wanted him dead, his head would be chopped off and dropped into the Pacific Ocean. He's just not actually that strong or that skilled.
It's interesting that you say that nobody takes Deadpool seriously, but yet almost every time he's fighting somebody, they go for a kill move because they know it wouldn't kill him. And yet, if anyone else was in this position that didn't have a healing factor, they would have also died. So yet again, you're making baseless claims and hoping that people will believe you.